President of the Senate, a senator may make a personal explanation, although there be no question before the Senate, but no controversial matter may be brought forward, nor may debate arise upon the explanation. The terms of the proposed statement shall be submitted in detail to the President of the Senate when his leave to make it is sought. So, I have brought in a motion here on the killing of a Reverend Father in my constituency.
Well, if you stop at 41, what that means is we take the next legislative day, 41, and that will be 28.
41 and 51.
Okay, then you may read 51 as well. 51.
Notice shall not be dispensed with in the case of a motion or in respect of any other proceeding for which notice is required, except with the consent of the President of the Senate and the general assent of the senators present.
Okay, you have already given the synopsis. Let me put the question. Distinguished colleagues.
My distinguished colleagues, the Senate knows with grief the gruesome murder of Reverend Father Achi, who was burnt alive in the early hours of Sunday, 15 January 2023 at his residence opposite Kafin Koro Secondary School in Paikoro local government area of Niger State. The deceased priest hailed from the area and was celebrated as the first indigenous Catholic priest from Bagi and Koro land. Note that his assailants burned down the building when they could not assess where the priest was, and the second priest assigned to the parish was shot severally as he tried to escape the skin and is now being hospitalized. Aware that after his ordination on January 7th, 1995, Father Achi was later transferred to Minna Diocese of the church, from where he was moved to different parishes. He was drawn into the church in his early childhood and was very magnificent until the killers cut short his life journey. Aware also that the late Reverend Father survived multiple attacks and was also abducted in Madela and spent days in captivity until his church members raised some ransom before he regained his freedom. Further aware that while in Madela, the priest was shot on his jaws when he went to bless a child during a naming ceremony. Gunmen were said to have invaded the house and started attacking persons when the priest, said to be giant statured, stood up onto them. He was flown abroad and for treatment, but the mark was visible on him afterwards. Observe that he was also a victim of the Christian Day bombing at St. Teresa Catholic Church, Madela, that caught global attention, where Boko Haram suicide bomber had struck around the church, leading to the death of 44 persons, many of whom were parishioners, while others sustained various degrees of injuries. Further observe that Achi's death comes amid a spate of violence in Nigeria, in which hundreds of innocent Nigerians have been killed or kidnapped by Boko Haram and other terrorists. On that same day, about 25 worshippers were also kidnapped when their prayers were reportedly interrupted by a gang of men riding on motorcycles. Saddened also just last week that on Sunday, on Sunday 22nd January 2023, an elected councillor, Honorable Saleh Alawa, who was barely 4 months in office, was killed by bandits and gunmen suspected to be bandits in Shiroro local government area of Niger State, together with others, and conclusions that Nigerians have become an endangered species as bandits and terrorists continue to operate freely. Senate accordingly resolved to condemn in the strongest terms the gruesome murder of Reverend Father Isaac Achi, Honorable Saleh Alawa, and other victims killed alongside Saleh Alawa. to observe a minute silence in their honor. Urge the Nigerian police and other relevant security agencies to carry out comprehensive investigation of this dastardly act and to promptly arrest and prosecute the perpetrators. Condole with the family of the deceased and the bereaved. Urge NEMA to urgently carry out a reconstruction work on the residence of the priest that was razed down. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
I remain Senator I.D. Gyang, representing Plateau North. Mr. President, I want to join the Senate to condole very strongly with our colleague, distinguished Senator Musa Muhammad Sani, and the entire Niger East senatorial constituency over this very unfortunate and condemnable act of the gruesome murder of this priest. By the presentation of our colleague, this priest is one that has served not only the church but the community, and to look at the several attempts that he survived assassination, it invokes so much empathy. This very presentation also goes to show the level and the consequences of the insecurity that we are faced with as a nation, that not even priests are spared from the horrors that we are facing. I therefore want to join my colleague and indeed the whole Senate to very, with broken hearts, commiserate with the Catholic Archdiocese, and not only that Archdiocese, but the whole Catholic Church in Nigeria, and of course, like I've said, the people of Niger East senatorial constituency. May God help the Federal Republic of Nigeria to overcome the insecurity that we have witnessed over the years. Thank you.
We'll go to the prayers. In the strongest terms, the gruesome murder of Reverend Father Isaac Achi, Honorable Sali Alawa, and other victims killed alongside Sali Alawa. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against any say aye. Prayer 2, observe a minute silence in his honor. Those in favor of prayer 2 say aye. Those against any say aye. Prayer 3, urge the Nigerian police and other relevant security agencies to carry out comprehensive investigation of these dastardly acts and to promptly arrest and prosecute the perpetrators. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Aye. Those against any say it. Prayer 4, condole with Bishop of Minna Diocese, Catholic faithful and the bereaved family. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. And 5, urge NEMA to urgently carry out a reconstruction work on the residence of the priest that was razed down. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. 1 minute silence, please. May the soul of Reverend Father Isaac Achi rest in perfect peace. Amen.